started the Optimal Health Center about 12 years ago, and I've worked with many different herbs and supplements, and worked collectively with Dee Delkamp, who's been working at the clinic 6 years or so, seen over 5,000 clients, and we wanted to come up with one signature formula that people could take that they wouldn't have a hard time taking, that they would take every day. In November, I was at a conference that Dr. Rhonda Nelson gave, and she was talking about the herbs that MediHerb offers, and she was telling me how she creates her own customized formulas, and that the most common herbs that people need are Rhemannia, Echinacea, Ashwaganda, and Licorice. And at that time, I thought, I could call it R.E.A.L. And what's really funny, a little interesting story, is that when I got in the car after I left the seminar, the song Real Love was playing by John Lennon, and I thought, that's it. This is the supplement. I have to make it available to people. So we picked this formula because of all the clinical experience we have with those herbs being successful, that we can put it together in one formula. The Rhemannia, the Echinacea, the Ashwaganda, and the Licorice come up over and over again clinically as key support for the body.
So you were using that in clinic daily, and so you thought, what about combining these? You know, what about putting this all together to make that optimal herbal tonic?
Right, and right now, or up until now, the way it worked was that people had to buy 4 separate bottles and take 4 separate herbs, and I want people to actually take what we're recommending, and so in order to have more success, because that's my goal. My goal is that people's programs are successful for them. And by putting it into one bottle, we found that we would get much greater compliance. And what we do is, by working with an intake form with you, and also potentially using the adrenal stress index test, potentially the hair analysis, we can customize the formula based on your individual biological needs. For instance, maybe you need more adrenal support and less immune support, so we might put more licorice in it and less echinacea. And in that way, we can create a customized formula for you that can optimize your health over the years. And we can retest every 3 months, every 6 months, every year, whatever suits you, and change the formula based on your needs at that time.
Well, the R comes from Rhemannia, which you stated. It's great for not only the adrenal glands, but it really helps calm people down. It's more of it's your adaptogenic calming herb, so it also supports your adrenals by nourishing them, but it also helps people adapt to stress a little bit. That leads me into the Echinacea, for the E, out of R.E.A.L, and that Echinacea, MediHerb's Echinacea is bar none. It's a combination of 2 different species of Echinacea. So when you put them together, you get the optimal mix of Echinacea, because all different species work differently in the body. Some are effective and some aren't. So your Rhemannia and your Echinacea, it helps modulate the immune system. So someone over a long time, not only are they going to get healthier, they're going to produce more white blood cells. Their lymphatic system is going to function properly, but they're going to adapt to stress over a long period of time.
Yes.
And so they'll be able to handle it better.
I love the fact that Carrie Bone takes Echinacea every day and has for 20 years?
Every day. And that's why taking this R.E.A.L every day could be so important, because sure, it's the adrenal supporting properties, but you also have that Echinacea in there, so you're going to help your immune system. The A for R.E.A.L comes from Ashwaganda, and that's a good overall support. That's where kind of the tonic comes in. It's good for, it's kind of that uplifting, good for the well-being part, and it's going to work a little bit more specifically than necessarily targeting that adrenal. Ashwagandha is also good for the immune system, so it ties into the Echinacea beautifully, because it'll help support that immune system, but it also helps you adapt to stress long term.
And then the licorice, specifically for keeping cortisol levels optimal, keeping the sleep cycle as healthy as it can be.
The marriage, works well together.
Yes.
So all 4 herbs combined do their own thing separately and also combined well. They enhance each other's properties.
Yes, there's a beautiful synergy between these herbs. One of the reasons this R.E.A.L formula is so important and why it's so important to regulate your cortisol levels is because cortisol is catabolic. That means that if there's too much cortisol in the system, which is so common these days when people are under stress, it actually eats up the tissues of the body. And it's very hard to heal the body of anything if you've got a hormone in there that's actually tearing down your tissues. And so truly getting the cortisol levels regulated throughout each and every day is going to be core to healing anything.
That's exactly right. You can't repair if you're completely tearing down every day. Because of the R.E.A.L policy with standard process and how standard process was first formed is it's only available through healthcare practitioners. So the one reason the Optimal Health Network can't sell any standard process or this R.E.A.L formula online is because it will go against our R.E.A.L policy. So if you want to order it, go ahead and contact Dee Dee and Kristina, and you can call the office, or you can print out the order form, you can check it off, and you can fax that to the office as well.
And anytime you can call us, you can email us, and we will get you set up with either a consultation or one of the tests that we're talking about, either the adrenal stress index test or the hair tissue mineral analysis, or both, and we can get you your own customized formula of the R.E.A.L.
And that's another reason why R.E.A.L can't be sold anywhere online regardless of R.E.A.L policy, is because it's customized and it's not a blanket formula for any one person, and so they need to get a sense of where you're at, what your biological needs are, so they can then help you function optimally.
I'm so excited about this formula.
It's working out well from what I hear in your practice already.
Tremendously well. People are really seeing the kind of results that were created yesterday.
Great.